Hi, I'm Kristi Branstetter. I'm a 42-year-old wife and mother of 3, and I was born in Dallas, Texas. Now I find myself in State College, Pennsylvania. Go Nittany Lions. I have been cooking for a very long time, and it brings me great joy, and it's very uplifting and actually very relaxing for me to be in the kitchen and create wonderful dishes for my family and friends. Like most of you, I was influenced by my mother and my grandmother, but someone who influenced me more than anyone else was my husband's grandmother. And she was a fantastic, fantastic cook and a wonderful recipe guru. She has passed down to me spiral notebooks that she created when she made recipe collections from ladies' magazines and newspapers. She would paste them lovingly into the book and then write in the margins her opinion about things. And for example, she would say, I made this recipe and I sent it over to Betty for her shower June 10th, 1967. She'd write down, everybody loved it, it's a keeper. Well, those things are truly priceless to me, and I love it, and I hope to pass them down to my kids one of these days. But one of her most favorite recipes, and it's one that I go to quite often, is a blue cheese dip. And I call it Simply Delicious Creamy Blue Cheese Dip. And everywhere I take it, it is a big hit. And really, the most amazing thing about it, only takes 4 ingredients. Now, I think you're probably saying to yourself, why in the world would you do a cooking competition with something that only took 4 ingredients? Well, personally, I think simplicity sometimes is the key. And if you have really great ingredients and you start with good stuff, they complement one another and they come together and they marry, and you don't need a lot of fancy stuff to go with it. So let's get started on the crazy, beautiful, wonderful blue cheese dip. The first thing we're going to need, of course, is our Philly cream cheese. And I have to tell you that I really do think there is a big difference. There is a creaminess and a mouthfeel that Philadelphia cream cheese has that no other cream cheese has. And I think you will see a big difference if you were to use something else in this recipe. We're letting it soften. The other thing we need is blue cheese. Now, I like an Amish or a Maytag blue cheese. You can use any kind of blue cheese that you like, but personally, I think you should get it in a block, a 4-ounce block, because those blue cheeses that are already crumbled in containers tend to be a little bit drier. So use a block and get some really good fresh stuff. We also need a green pepper and a green onion, scallions, just a container of them. A little salt and pepper. I don't think those count as far as the 4 ingredients go. I'm going to finish chopping up my green pepper here, and I'm going to tell you a little story about this dip. I took it to a really fun potluck once, and I didn't know everyone there. So I was standing listening to some folks talking about the food, and I heard this woman say to another woman, and I think she had been eating the dip for a while, because she said to the other woman, is there something illegal in this? Because I cannot stop eating it. And I won't tell you what the illegal substance was, but you can probably guess. So it was a pretty good deal. Well, what we want to do is put all of these really great things together. I have my bowl here, and plop in our blue cheese, our cream cheese, and our blue cheese crumbles. It smells so good. Green pepper. Let's put the rest of this green pepper in here. Our green onions, and I use the whole onion. I use the greens, the whole thing. Now, when you are creating this recipe, don't use your food processor for the green pepper and the green onions. It yields a little too much liquid, and I don't think you'll be very happy with the end result. Next, we want to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I like sea salt because I think it has the most natural, really great flavor of salt that any of the seasoning salts have. And then let's do a 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. If you like a little bit more, put a little more in. It's all a part of your personal taste. Now, I could mix this with a wooden spoon, probably till the cows came home, but I think what I'm going to do is use the tongs that God gave me. And literally, if I can get my wedding ring off, that is, I am going to stick my impeccably clean hands into this and mix this up myself. So It's fun, it's a little release, it's very childlike, but it gives you an opportunity to really get in there and feel that it's come together. Much more so than a food processor is going to do or a wooden spoon is going to do. So this is coming together very nicely, and I have presented it a couple of ways. Right now, all I'm going to do is present it in a ball. I've also put it into a bowl and filled the bowl up with it, flattened it off on the top, and had a nice little cheese knife with it. Let's put this over here. So I need some paper towels or a wet towel to wash my hands off with. Now I like to use a really good sturdy wheat cracker for this because it needs to be able to stand up to the cheese dip. And you just shimmy these little guys around. And you know, one of the nicest things about this dip is it truly will hold in the refrigerator for about a week, but I don't think it's going to last that long. Well, I hope you really, really enjoy my family's famous Simply Delish creamy blue cheese dip. And you know, even if my son, who hates blue cheese and cannot stand onions, gobbles this down, I think anybody will like it. Thank you very much.